Okay, here's Algebra Fractions Part 3. Okay, simplify if possible. We need to factorise first and cancel common factors. Okay, let's have a look at the first one. I think on the first one here, 3 is a common factor on the top, a minus b. And it looks like 6 is a common factor on the bottom, 6 b minus a, which is kind of cool. We can do that. Now this is 3 times by a minus b. And on the bottom, the 6 we break into 3 times 2 times b minus a. Can you see that? Now we can cancel common factors. Look, 3 is a factor because it's multiplying, 3 is a factor on the bottom. So it's a minus b on the top and 2b minus a on the bottom. But this is super sneaky because actually we can go a little bit further. It doesn't look like you can factorise anything, but you can actually factorise out a negative 1. So watch what happens if I factorise out a negative 1 from the numerator. That changes this into negative a plus b. Can you see if I expand this, this will be positive a and then minus b, which is what I've got here. On the bottom, I will have 2 and b minus a. And can you see that if I just think about the terms in the top bracket, I've got a negative a and I've got a positive b. And I can write those in any order. I've got the positive b first and then I've got the negative a. And can you see that actually on the denominator I have a positive b and a negative a. And now we can cancel the common factor b minus a. So that's dead sneaky. This is negative 1/2. Okay, so these are a little bit sneaky, to be honest with you. Alright, let's have a look at D. I've got a plus b here. And I've got a minus b. And you're thinking, well, there's no... You might want to cancel the b, but remember b is not multiplying. B has to be multiplying. This is being added here. You can only cancel common factors, and factors are things that multiply. Alright, so we have to think of another strategy for this one. What if we decided to try and factorise by taking out a negative 1? Would that help us? Well, this would be negative 1 times negative a and negative 1 times positive b. But this doesn't really help. Can you see that's not the same bracket? This is a positive a, positive b. This is a positive b, which is good, but a negative a. So factorising out a negative 1 doesn't help. So that actually, this question cannot be factorised. It just stays the same. Let's have a look at part E. This is x minus 2y. Just think about any factors there. X isn't a factor, 2 is not a factor, y is not a factor. Okay. On the bottom, I think I can see 2 as a factor. This is 2y minus x. Just check it. 2 times 2y is 4y. 2 times negative x is negative 2x. And can you see in the bracket we've got positive 2y here and negative 1x. Here we've got negative 2y and positive 1x. So we've got the same letters but just switched down with the negative. So that's telling us that actually we might be able to take out that negative 1 as a factor. Okay, so I'll go again. Let me take out negative 1 as a factor on the numerator. Negative x plus 2y. So it's dead sneaky taking out a negative. On the bottom, 2 bracket 2y minus x. And can you see that actually we can just go ahead and cancel the common factor here, because negative x positive 2y appears on the top and the bottom. It's in a bracket. It's multiplying, therefore it's a common factor. The final answer here is again negative 1/2. And finally, something that's a little bit sneaky to spot. It doesn't look like this will cancel because there's no common factors. We can't cancel an x with an x here because the x isn't a factor on the denominator. It's not multiplying all the denominator, okay? But we can actually factorise. So this top line is factorised into 2 brackets, x and x. 2 times 2, 1 positive and 1 negative. In fact, if you have x squared minus something, you'll always be able to do this plus minus trick, okay? This is x minus 2 here, so therefore we cancel x minus 2 with x minus 2, common factor, to leave x plus 2. Okay, it's getting a little bit harder now, but that's the secret trick of taking out a negative 1. Okay, the secret trick about taking out a negative 1. Go ahead and give yourself some practice there. The red highlighted ones are the ones you need to try for your homework and to hand in. Put a picture in your G-Doc and show me your workings out. And don't forget the trick of taking out a negative 1 as a factor. Just put that there for you and pause the video and maybe work through those questions.